Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you've been struggling with scrolling pages or interacting with hidden elements in Selenium, this video is for you. Today we have trainer Priyanka with us who holds 15 plus years of experience in automation testing, and she's gonna break down JavaScript executor interface in the most simplest way. Let's dive in.
Hello everyone, this is Priyanka. So let's talk about today what is JavaScript executor interface in Selenium. Selenium is most popular web application testing tool, and in Selenium classes and interface hierarchy, JavaScript executor it is the most popular interface available. This interface helps us to automate any JavaScript command with the help of Selenium WebDriver. So guys, with the help of Selenium, you can able to automate any web application. So we can able to interact with the web element. We can able to perform certain actions on that web element. Same steps. If you wanted to automate with the help of JavaScript command, that is possible with the help of JavaScript executor interface. So technically, whenever you wanted to scroll the web pages, so it's like, okay, completely vertical scroll, that is possible with the help of JavaScript executor. Whenever you wanted to identify and automate any hidden elements, there also we popularly follow JavaScript executor interface. So today I will be explaining you the same thing, how exactly we can use a help of this interface to automate certain scenario. Most common scenarios are what? Scroll the web pages. In fact, somewhere, if you wanted to really automate any hidden elements, how exactly we can able to interact with the hidden elements with the help of JavaScript executor, that part I will be covering. So very first, guys, we should have a project, right? So I'm just going to open Eclipse. In Eclipse, we should have a project. So already we have discussed, okay, how to create a Selenium project, how to set up certain dependency into Selenium, and then only, into Maven project, and then only you can able to continue with your practical part. So let's continue today again with the same step. Initially, you need to have a Maven project. So just come to File, then open New, and there you will get an option to create a new project, New Maven project. Okay. So this is the option, Maven project. Once it is open, select the first option, create new sample project or simple project without any archetype. And then here you can attach group ID and artifact ID. What is group ID, everyone? It represents organization name, and artifact ID always represent a project name. So at this moment, I'm writing here star agile, and then artifact ID I will be writing. It's all about JavaScript executor. So current project, which is all about JavaScript executor, okay, script. So how exactly this interface we can able to use and all, right? So that's the reason I'm giving the same name. So JavaScript executor test, okay? And then I will click on finish. Once the project is ready, inside pom.xml file, you can able to set up all the dependencies. So guys, already we have discussed, okay, what is pom.xml file? POM, which is all about project object model. And it's all about configuration file, which is XML file, guys. And all the project setup, okay, entire project setup, you guys are able to do with the help of this pom.xml file. So at this moment, if I expand this project, you can see different folders you can able to observe. And there you can see this important file, pom.xml file. Inside this, we can able to attach our dependency. So at this moment, we need two dependencies to be attached. First is we are going to use Selenium dependency, and the second one is that is all about the test engine. So let's add in between project opening tag and closing tag some dependency. Okay, so very first I will be adding dependencies, and then here you can attach the dependency. We already discussed Maven is developed by Apache Foundation. So all the required dependencies are available on the remote site, which is all about MVN repository. So that's the reason when you open your browser, just open your MVN repository. So at this moment, guys, here I will write, okay, MVN repository, or just search for Maven. That is also fine. Let me write MVN repository. And see, this is the repository we'll open. Here you can search for Selenium, Selenium Java. Okay. And there you can see the latest version for Selenium Java. You can able to select. So at this moment, this is your dependency. Click on it. Once you click, you will able to see latest release is 4.34.0 and which is released on June 30, right? So guys, click on this dependency. Copy the same. Okay, so this is the current dependency that you can see. If I can show you, this is our dependency. Just to copy this dependency and you can use it in your Selenium project. So I will copy this dependency and this is Maven. Let's come back and just attach. Okay. Do Control Shift F and then save this particular dependency. After that, I'm expecting here one more dependency, that is TestNG. So let me search for TestNG again and then let me add it. So everyone, add two dependencies. One is Selenium, another one is a TestNG. TestNG is a very popular unit testing framework. So currently the latest version 7.11.0. I will attach the same, copy, come back, paste in the project, and then use Control Shift F and save the project. Got it? So this is how you can see my project setup is done. Now with the help of dependencies, I will be able to write here entire Selenium script. Correct? So let's save the code. And then how to begin? Very first guys, under Resaci Test Java, you can create your package. So I will be creating here some package. So com dot, this is web testing. Inside web testing, I will be writing, okay, here it's all about JavaScript executor. So currently I will be explaining to you JavaScript executor, right? So I'm just writing that particular package name. So all the possible scenarios for JavaScript executor we will try to, okay, understand here. So very first, let me create here first test case. So let's design TestNG test case. And here I will be writing. So this is for scroll. Okay, scroll test. Better scroll test. Right. Now see the point. Using Selenium WebDriver, you can able to automate all the kind of functionalities, features, web element of that software application. Now I would like to show you how to scroll any web page using JavaScript executor. Because for scroll, in Selenium, we don't have a direct method. We need to take a help of JavaScript executor interface only. Correct? So here, test app scroll. See how exactly we can able to scroll the web pages. So guys, what is the first step? Whenever we wanted to start automation, first step is create a driver session. So very first, create driver session. How we can create a driver session? Just write a first line, driver, it is equal to new, and there we can add Chrome driver, right? And let's import it from Selenium. So just to import these statements from the appropriate package, you can follow shortcut Control plus Shift plus O, right? And there you can able to import it. Now let me open any software application. For that we have a command private.get. And there we can pass URL address and you guys are able to open that application. At this moment, let me open Amazon application. So for Amazon, suppose this is the application I would like to open through Selenium. I will just copy this URL address. Okay. Then go back and just add it in your script. So currently I would like to open this Amazon application. And here on this application, I would like to show you how we can able to scroll this page. Now guys, kindly understand first process. Before scroll, right? Few things you need to remember and understand properly. What exactly we are trying to do. So JavaScript command you can run everywhere. Okay, technically, if you have a Node.js environment and if you have any web application which support JavaScript, because JavaScript command you can run directly through the JavaScript engine. So the point is, at this moment, if I wanted to show you directly within a browser, then I can use, okay, I can directly run this command through the DOM itself. It is nothing but through the inspection window itself. You can call it as dev tool also. But suppose without any browser you wanted to run any JavaScript command, there we need Node.js environment. Agree? So nowadays Cypress, Playwright, these are the tools which are very popular, and the JavaScript language which is very popular. For that we use always, okay, Node.js environment. So through Node.js also you can able to set up Cypress, Playwright, and there you are able to test your application. Coming to Selenium, I wanted to run my application within a browser, correct? So absolutely, browser we have to open. So this is the first step we have did. We open the browser, we open this application and this will work. If you run this, you can see the output. You will able to see that Amazon page, definitely it will open and you will able to see that particular application inside the browser. So focus. Very first browser launch with the same application. Got it? But somewhere here you can see I'm able to see this option, right? Currently this is the page, but when you click on this button, you will able to see your main home page, right? So guys, this is my page and these are the steps I have already automated. But I wanted to show you how I can scroll that web page, correct? For this step, if I can open real application now, and here if I wanted to run any JavaScript command, so it is possible to run. How? You need to open DevTool first. So right click on any web anywhere on the page and just open or click on inspect. Whenever you do click on inspect, guys, you can able to see here is the complete DevTool is available. I'll change its okay look and feel. Let's have a look. Suppose if I can take like this look. Okay, so here you can see at the bottom side, you will be able to observe that DevTool, and top side you can see my application. Correct? This is my application. I would like to scroll this web page, right? Scroll like this. Fine. But through automation. So in Selenium, we don't have a direct command for this step. How to automate then? You can come to console. If you wanted to run any JavaScript command, then open browser, open DevTool, and there you can come to console. And inside a console, you can able to write your JavaScript command. Example, at this moment, if I wanted to scroll this complete page, so where is the page available? Technically, it's a completely window. On this window, I wanted to perform which action? Scroll action. So in JavaScript, we have a window object. You can write in this manner. Window dot scroll to. There is a scroll to function available. And there you can pass your JavaScript instruction. So technically at this moment, what I wanted to share, some X and Y coordinate here. Okay. So what is X and Y coordinate? First of all, understand this part. So guys, at this moment, if I talk about the coordinates, this is the y-axis and this is the x-axis. Okay. I would like to perform my application and interaction only on a y-axis. At this moment, if you can see this, let me show you again. Suppose this is my application, right? So what action I would like to show you? Scroll action. Scroll action which I can perform from here to here, right? From this point to this point. Maybe I can scroll up to the some kind of element also. That is also possible. Somewhere I wanted to start from the bottom and up. This is how I wanted to scroll. So scroll direction, every scroll action I will be performing only and only on a y-axis. Agree? So I need to start from this argument to this argument. So initial argument will be always 0. And from that 0th argument, I will be performing my action up to some location. Correct? So here we can add some pixel values. At this moment, I can add, suppose start with 0 and suppose I'm giving some numbering. Let's suppose 5000, right? So just observe, is it this page is getting scrolled or not up to that particular pixel value? Have a look. If I can just complete this sentence, I mean that complete command, and if I hit enter, then you can see my page is got scrolled, right? And up to what? Up to the bottom, you can see it is getting scrolled. So complete page is now scrolled down, right? And using how it is possible. So I have technically run here JavaScript command window.scroll to, and I have passed some argument. What is window here? It's all about a object. Now at this moment, you need to understand one more DOM hierarchy. Have a look. Suppose I'm creating another DOM hierarchy. So at this moment, this is what? This is my browser. Inside the browser, suppose this is my window. Inside the window, I'm going to design a document, and inside the document, there is a body. Okay. And inside the body, suppose these are the different elements. So I will design. This is my complete element. Fine. Done. Please understand what exactly this hierarchy it is. Initially, guys, this is your browser. Within a browser, we have a window. Inside the window, you will get what? Document. Inside the document, this is the body. Okay. So technically, what is this body all about? Your HTML body. Okay. And then inside the body, entire UI elements code is written by the developer. This entire hierarchy, so we can able to travel like this only. Browser to window, window to document, document to body, and then body to that element. We can able to interact. So at this moment, my application open within this window. So it is all about, I will be instructing to window, whatever page you wanted to scroll, that page height, up to that height of the page, I wanted to scroll my page or scroll that particular web page. Correct? So we are instructing to this window object. This is object, okay? And this is called document object model, DOM. So whenever we talk about DOM interaction with the help of JavaScript executor, we need to understand few commands. At this moment, if I wanted to directly pass my arguments like window.scroll to function, and within scroll to function I can pass, okay, starting position that is 0. From 0 up to the height of that page, I can able to scroll, correct? So either you can pass any number, like at this moment I have passed 5000, that is also possible, or somewhere you can write some customized code. Instead of these hard code values, we can write appropriate JavaScript code. And how it is possible? So that is what you need to understand, right? So to run any JavaScript command, the same part, okay, 0 and up to that number, instead of number, I can write in better manner. See, we can write in this manner. So we can write, okay, I wanted to scroll. So definitely window dot scroll to, right? Scroll to is a function. I can start with 0. But if I wanted to pass instead of 5000, yeah, any window or maybe page height, up to the page height I wanted to scroll, right? How we can able to add that command? So I will write here, start with document. From document, go to body. So document dot body. And there is a one more, we can say argument you can use, that is scroll height. Okay. So up to the height of this particular page, you can able to scroll if you follow this particular technique, right? So whatever height of that page it is, up to that height, you are able to scroll the page. So if I start from 0th argument up to the height of that page, that means this process is called scroll down, correct? But suppose from the height of the page, if I wanted to start again, if I wanted to come up, then I can say this is scroll up functionality. So this is completely guys JavaScript command. It's not Selenium command. Agree? So this JavaScript command, if you wanted to run with the help of Selenium WebDriver, there we need JavaScript executor interface. Clear? So why this interface is required? Because sometimes we need to interact with our application with the help of JavaScript command. And to run any JavaScript command with the help of Selenium WebDriver, we need this interface. So at this moment, if I can show you practical part, how we can able to scroll the page now, correct? So at this moment, whenever application will open, at that time, I will be creating here object of JavaScript executor. So let me write JavaScript, okay, executor, JS, okay. Again, guys, technically in Java for interface, we are not able to create any object. Agree? So let me import JavaScript executor from Selenium. So at this moment, import it first from Selenium. Then same driver object, I will typecast in the format of JavaScript executor. So let me typecast driver to JavaScript executor. So same session object we are converting. And now with the help of this JS, we can able to run any kind of JavaScript command. To run any JavaScript command, we have a method execute script. So just write JS dot execute script. And in execute script, we are passing two argument. One is a key, one other one is an object. So at this moment, what is the key and what is the object? See, currently I don't need any second object here. I need to run only plain JavaScript command. So better, I will just remove this second object and I will add whatever JavaScript command it is in between this double quotes. So example, let me show you first window. Suppose I'm writing window dot scroll to, and there I'm passing some number, okay? See, again 0, 5000. So this will work. Absolutely, this will work. But let's see how exactly it is executing. If I execute again the same script, observe the output. So browser will open, page will open, and see it will scroll. Perfect. But what I told you, instead of writing this numbering, okay, pixel number 5000, 6000, 8000, right? What is a better approach? Same command you can write in this manner. JS dot execute script, and there I can pass this command, complete JavaScript command. where you can add window dot scroll to. There you can add argument is 0. So 0 comma, and better I will add document dot body dot scroll height, right? So up to the page height, it will just scroll. So this is what scroll down functionality. Technically what we are doing, we are just performing scroll down. And let me show you. If I execute same application again, see how exactly it is executing. So once the page is open, see, page got scrolled down up to the height of that page. So this is how you are able to interact with any web application, and you are able to scroll down that page with the help of JavaScript executor interface. What is body here, everyone? So for that reason, you need to understand this DOM properly. Whenever you see the DOM, okay, inside this dev tool, you can see this is the code written for this application by the developer. And what is this? This is a document which is a type of HTML. And inside this, you can see the complete page code is written inside the body. Okay, so what is body? Body is a tag here. So based on the document, come to body, and then interact. That is what I have written here. So start with 0th argument, then come to document, inside the document come to body, and then scroll up to the height of that page. This is your scroll down functionality. Suppose, where is the current control? It is at the downside, correct? I wanted to scroll up. Suppose I wanted to perform scroll up. How it is possible? Yes, you can write a command, js dot execute script, okay? And here, instead of writing, now I would like to scroll up, means first pointer is what? I need to start from the height of the page up to 0, correct? So I will write just simple command, window dot again scroll to, and I will write here simple document, okay? Document dot body dot, let's suppose, scroll height. From the height, I would like to scroll up to 0. Just write in reverse order. Then what will happen? You will able to see scroll, the page will scroll down also and up also. But in between these two steps, I would like to add little bit pause. So I'm just going to use thread.slip method. Remember, thread.slip, it's useful to interrupt or just to pause certain step, right? So in between these two steps, I need 2-second pause. So definitely you will see the pause, and then after 2 seconds, you will see page will be scroll up. And this method throws one exception, interrupted exception. So let me throw it. Save the code and let's try to run it. Have a look. How exactly page is getting scrolled down, scroll up. Okay, so let me continue first. Now see. So at this moment, we are not able to see the action, right? I'll do one thing. Again, let's start execution. If you are able to see that button, just click and continue. Okay, see, scroll down. Now after 2 seconds, scroll up, and yes, process completed. So this is how we are able to interact with the application with the help of JavaScript executor. Okay, what if I wanted to scroll somewhere in the middle, maybe some element up to some element, right? Example, if you wanted to scroll it, suppose this is what the application we are able to see. But I would like to scroll, okay? Suppose up to this sign in. So sign in is almost completing here, okay? So you might able to see like this. Suppose sign in or it is a bottom side only, correct now? How exactly you are able to scroll up to the element, or you can take any other element. Suppose this one. I would like to scroll up to this electronic and accessories. How you are able to scroll up to this? So at this moment, see, if I can open real application first, real application of Amazon, and check up to what exactly we wanted to scroll. So see, there are many options are available, right? At runtime, you can see, or in the real time, there are many options. Suppose I would like to scroll up to this, okay? Up to this. This cash on first order, right? And starting with this particular percentage or beauty or makeup, right? I would like to scroll up to this. How we can do that? Just identify that element. Do right click, do right click and click on inspect. I'll just open now this view, right? Vertical view, and see it's written here. So it's all about, I can see it is a span tag, and where this text is written, okay, cash on first order or beauty and makeup. I would like to scroll up to this beauty and makeup. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this word, okay, beauty and makeup. So better, see, copied, and let me create my own XPath. Current tag is a span tag. Then I will write, come to span tag. There I will apply contains method. Contains where whatever text it is, okay, that text should be this one. Text should have beauty and makeup. So let me confirm. Yes, and we can see there is a one of one match. Means this element is highlighting, correct? So I can take this XPath. Now see, what I wanted to show you, how you can scroll up to the element. So next scenario is what? Scroll up to element. Any web element, suppose if you have, and you wanted to scroll up to that element, how you are able to scroll it. At this moment, you need to write driver, first of all, find element, by dot XPath, and let me write this XPath. Let me store my current web element as a web element type. So I will write this is my web element, and web element is interface in Selenium. Let's do import it. Okay, once it is done, I have now element with me. What I wanted to do, I wanted to scroll the page up to this element. So here we can't use this particular syntax. Okay, we can't use window.scroll to. Now what exactly we are trying to do, if you can observe the DOM. So currently I wanted to instruct this body, okay, that whatever elements are present, suppose there are multiple elements are present, okay, start from this zeroth element, and identify my expected element first. When you found this expected element, scroll up to that element. Agree? So we wanted to scroll up to this element, but to search this element, I would like to start from zeroth argument. So in JavaScript, we have another method to follow. We need to write in this manner. Arguments starts with argument 0 dot scroll into view. Okay, scroll into view. And then you need to write here true. And then you need to pass your element, whatever element you are passing. Please have a look syntax. How exactly we can able to scroll. This is the element, right? I will write, okay, JavaScript executor, execute script, but I need this time two argument. First is this element, up to which element I would like to scroll, to current element. And how to scroll, then I will write here, simple, start with argument, let me write argument 0, so argument 0. Then I will be writing here what? Simple. This is the whole script you need to write as a JavaScript command. So just write argument 0 up to what? Let me write. And here you can follow start from 0th argument, and then you can write here scroll into view. Okay, scroll into view. This is the method. And there you can pass true. Okay. Once you write this, what will happen? You guys are able to scroll up to that element. Clear? So let's see how exactly it is working. And again, before scroll, I would like to apply thread. Clear? Now see, at this moment, there is a possibility if this element, it is not interactive, right? In that case, you will not able to scroll. So before understanding that part or before observing that exception, let me maximize the screen. So at this moment, once the application open, I will just maximize the screen. Window. So we can write driver.manage.window.maximize. Great. And now you can see the whole scenario where you are able to scroll the web page. Now let me run it. And let's observe how exactly it is executing. So this time, if you can see application launch, now it is in the full screen, okay? And let me quickly click on this particular step. So I don't think so. It got executed. Yeah. Okay. So current step, you can see it got scroll up to that element, right? But we haven't able to see the full entire execution. So better I'll do one thing. I'll just run it one more time. So let me execute it one more time. If you are just getting that button, just to click it, okay, on that button quickly. Have a look. So this time, scroll down, scroll up, and see, scroll up to the element. That step also done after 2 seconds, right? But at this moment, again, what is happening? See, it says no such element exception. So what is the reason? Reason is very straightforward. You need to check whether that element is visible here or not. Can you see? In the final page, I'm not able to see that element. Element should be there. Then only you are able to scroll. So at this moment, I can't see, right? So better let me try this one, sports, outdoor and more. Okay, so if you can see the real application, let me close this one, the previous window. In previous window, we got that application, right? Or that object. So it got pass. But at this moment, we are not able to see that. So let me come to the previous or main window. And what is common? So you can see this particular image or area is a common, right? So better, I will take this area. Just let me change what? Currently, it is a H2 tag and it says sports, outdoor, and more. Okay, so let me copy. Suppose sports and outdoor. And if I change my XPath only, okay? So H2, then I'm writing here contains, okay? Contains. There I will write, okay, text, whatever text it is. Just check whether this text is present or not. And then I will apply here same XPath. See, it got matched. So we are able to match this element, right? And this is the element available in our final execution web page also. So better I will change the element and it will work. See. The previous element, it was this, right? Let me comment. Driver, find element by XPath. Current element we can pass and let's store it as a web element. So web element. Now let's try this entire script. Agree? Save the code and execute it. Have a look. So once the application open, okay, we can see the scroll, scroll down. Now it will scroll up and it should scroll up to the element. And yes, perfectly it is done, right? So you are not able to see exact, okay, element, but you can see here it is available, right? Actual image is available here. So technically it got scroll up to this element, right? Which is pass. That means this is how you can use JavaScript executor to scroll the web page. Either completely at the downside, completely at the top side, or you can just scroll up to the element. This is one popular scenario where we use JavaScript executor. What is another popular scenario? That is to automate any hidden element. For that, let me open some other application. Now see, this is the practice page. And if you can see, there is one example I can show you for hidden elements. So whenever you will observe this one, okay, this option, hide and show. So suppose I would like to perform this automation. I would like to click on the hide first. And after hide, if I click on hide, you can see that element is hidden. And then I wanted to, okay, pass some data into that hidden element. If you write this automation script directly without any kind of JavaScript executor, it will not work. Okay, we need JavaScript executor to automate hidden element. So let's see this, how we can able to use this scenario and automate this scenario. Agree? So now please have a look. If I can copy this address and how to automate this, please have a look. Let me create a new test case. And here I'm writing automate hidden element. Okay. Fine. What is the first step? Test hidden, okay, element. That is my test case name. After that, let me create a driver session first. That is the first step, right? Create driver session. How to create? Just write WebDriver driver, it is equal to new, and we can write Chrome driver. Agree? Let's import it. And now let me open current application where I can show you that hidden element scenario. Great. Now guys, very first step, I would like to click on hide button. Okay. Once you click on hide button, there is an element which will be hidden element. So I would like to pass some data to that hidden element. So let me automate same manner. See, very first I would like to click on this button. So right click and do inspect. Let's see the address. Where is that button is present? Say it button is present with this particular element whose tag name is input and ID is available hide text box. If I can take this ID and if I can just write, okay, first step, driver, find element, okay, by dot ID. And if I pass this ID and I'll say, okay, do click. So whenever you click, the next element it is that will be hidden. And what is that next element? This one. So let me inspect the same. So currently this is the element whose ID is displayed text. Okay. So I will take this ID again. And now if I can come back and if I can write, okay, driver, after that element get hidden, I would like to pass here some step, some data whose ID is displayed text. This is the text box. So I will be just writing hello, hello all, this message. Okay. So guys, I have written normal Selenium script. Okay. And that definitely this will fail. Why it is so? Because if the element is hidden, okay, you will be not able to automate directly with the help of Selenium WebDriver command. So that's the reason. Observe the output. At this moment, if I can click on run, see how the code is executing. First of all, application will open. You can see the button will click. Okay. Now have a look. That hide button you can see. It will just click. Okay. But wait, the application needs some extra time. Okay. To load the page. Can you just have a look? Once the page is loaded, button got click. And see now the next element, that text box is not available in the UI. And then if you try to interact with that element, definite answer will be what you will be getting, element not interactable exception. So why this element is not interactable? Is it a timer issue? Absolutely not. This is happen because that element is hidden element. Hidden element you can't automate directly with the help of Selenium. You need JavaScript executor. So guys, now let me show you the solution. This element I can interact. Okay. So at this moment, let me first declare object of JavaScript executor. So let me write JavaScript executor JS object and let me import it first from Selenium. So let's do import it first from Selenium, and after that we can apply. We can just typecast driver to JavaScript executor interface. So why we are typecasting driver to JavaScript executor interface? Guys, if you remember, whenever JavaScript executor, I can't create a new object, but whatever object is present, which is WebDriver object, we can able to use that WebDriver object, okay, to the same JavaScript executor. So here we need to typecast driver in the format of JavaScript executor. Once it is done, now you can run your JavaScript command. Agree? JS dot execute script. But at this moment, what exactly I would like to do? I would like to perform here step. But which step? I would like to add some data into that text box, right? Enter some data into text box. And for that, we need to run here JavaScript command. So very first I will write double quote. Now what is our JavaScript command to be run? At this moment, I would like to interact with this text box, correct? And you know that text box ID is what? Displayed text. If I copy this ID, now let me show you same command, how you guys are able to run through the JavaScript. See, observe the screen here, okay? At this moment, suppose if I go to the console, better. And if I try here simple command in the console, let me clear this entire console and let me write document, okay? Document dot get. See, all the methods are available. Get element by ID, get element by class name, get element by name, tag name, okay? These methods are present. Current element have ID, so better I will pass here that ID, okay? This is the ID, done. What exactly I would like to do? I would like to pass some data here. Then you can write here just value. Value, it is equal to, suppose I'm writing hello. This value I would like to pass. When you type this command and when you run it, can you just have a look? In the UI, hello got printed. Got it? So this is a JavaScript command. Now same command I will copy and I will attach in my Selenium script. Better? So come back and you can add it here. Only one change. See, JavaScript, Java will not allow you double quote inside double quote. So at this moment, I will just write ID in a single quote and whatever value it is, that value also I will write in a single quote. Correct, everyone? So let me just write hello all, okay, like a previous value. And this is the full command I will be writing inside the method execute script. So whatever we have run through the browser, that we are able to execute now, correct? With the help of Selenium WebDriver. So let's see how exactly it is working now. So whenever you click on the button, that next element will be hidden. And the hidden element we are trying to automate now with the help of this command JavaScript executor. So definitely when you show that button, right, you will able to see that text written inside that hidden element, which is hello all. Clear? Let's see. So at this moment, if I can run the complete test case again, see what is the outcome. When you execute, application will launch. Again, the button will click. So now you can see the text box will be hidden. Okay. So let this page load properly. Done. And see, this time I'm not getting any failure. Why it is so? Because we have successfully interact with that hidden element. If you can see, click on show and just have a look. Same message, hello all, that is printed in the UI. Yes, into that text box. This is possible because with the help of JavaScript executor. So that's the reason, guys. JavaScript executor interface we use in some cases, right, to interact with the web element. If you wanted to click on the element, that is also possible. If you wanted to write some value into that element, that is also possible. But this is how you need to understand how to use JavaScript executor interface. Why typecasting is required? Because interface object is not possible and same session object we are converting in the format of JavaScript executor. That's the reason typecasting is required. So try these scenarios and check it out. Okay, how exactly you can able to use JavaScript executor interface in Selenium. I hope you like the video, right? That's all for the day. Thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you everyone.